Is the Airbnb market about to crash and bring down the entire housing market with it? According to this viral tweet from Reventure that's gotten over 35 million views, it appears Airbnb revenues are down nearly 50% in several major markets, and just about to cause a wave of distressed sellers that's going to bring down the entire real estate market. But in reality, that's not even close to true, and in this video, I'll explain why. My name is Michael. I own a local real estate brokerage here in the Dallas area, and if you're looking to make a move in the Dallas area, whether it's next week or next year, I'd love to connect. I've helped every one of these yellow dots find their little piece of Texas, and I'd love to help you too. Just call, text, or shoot me an email. All that info is in the description below. Okay, first of all, the author of the tweet, Nick, claims to have gotten this data from a source called alltherooms.com. And as you know, when something appears this sensational, you should always look for additional sources to corroborate the data. For the rest of this video, I'll be referencing an article done by Housing Wire covering this, and I'll link it down below in the description so you can check it out if you'd like. So first of all, the author of the Housing Wire article reached out to All the Rooms and they didn't respond to requests for comment. But Nick, who runs Reventure Consulting, said he was aware of the discrepancies in the data and had reached out to Airbnb to provide their own data for these cities so we can get the most accurate figures. Airbnb itself said in a statement that the data was not consistent with its own and added that more guests are traveling on Airbnb than ever before. So the author then reaches out to AirDNA, which is another well-known Airbnb analysis service. And AirDNA then provides their own figures for the same cities, and they are nowhere even in the same realm. If you look at all these top markets, for example, All the Rooms has Phoenix, Arizona as 47.2% drop revenue per active listing. In the same time period, AirDNA has it down 3%. 47% versus 3%. How is this possible? And when you look at somewhere like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, All the Rooms has them at 45.1% decline, whereas AirDNA has them at a 5.5% increase. So not even remotely close. And for further context, AirDNA provided that even though revenue is trending down from last year, and it is a relatively saturated marketplace in some metros, the number of listings was up 18% over the same period last year. So in order for a market to have 18% more active listings, yet for revenue to have only dropped per active listing by 0 to 10%, or in some cases even going up, means revenue is growing faster in these markets than active listings are coming on. This is the opposite of a market crash. AirDNA goes on to say the short-term rental industry has very healthy performance right now. If you look at overall occupancies for 2023, the industry is going to run 57%. That compares to a pre-COVID level of 55%. So we're well above pre-COVID occupancy levels. We are down from the 2021 highs, but that was a COVID anomaly in terms of industry performance. Again, this shows that the industry is growing, not shrinking. Additionally, you have to look at how many of these listings are a bedroom versus a back house versus an actual full-time dedicated Airbnb. As I explained in detail in my last video regarding Dallas banning Airbnbs, out of nearly 5,600 listings, only a few hundred of them are actually potentially full-time Airbnbs. And if you're interested in that data, you can watch that video here. So even if all 500 or 600 or whatever it may be Airbnbs in Dallas that are dedicated full-time really did become distressed sellers and they all hit the market tomorrow, it wouldn't move housing prices one bit. It wouldn't even get us halfway to the amount of inventory we need just to be at a normal balanced market. But let's look at this at a national level. There are only about 600,000 homes for sale right now in the entire United States. Yet there are 1.4 million short-term rentals. That's what this article is pointing out. But again, most of these listings are not dedicated full-time Airbnbs or even full houses. They're rooms, back houses, and part-time Airbnbs. In fact, the Housing Wire article points out that only 50% of these listings are even available more than 50% of the year. So 50% of them are nowhere near full-time right out the gate. But even if all 1.4 million Airbnb listings were all houses, all fully dedicated Airbnbs, and all hit the market tomorrow, that would get us to 2 million homes on the market in the country. This would get us close to having a healthy balanced market of 2 to 2.5 million homes on the market. So this would actually be great news for home buyers. But unfortunately, this is not even close to possible. So long story short, if you ever see a thumbnail with a lot of flames on it and a big number like 50% crash, at the very least, you should be extremely skeptical of it. In fact, The more flames you see, the bigger the negative number you see, the more skeptical you should become. And please, if you're listening to videos and articles like that, waiting and hoping for a housing crash to come so you can finally buy a home at a discount, the data just does not support that. There is no reason to believe that home buying is going to get any cheaper or easier from here in the foreseeable future. There's just too little inventory and too many buyers. So as always, if you're looking to buy or sell in the Dallas area, just call, text, or shoot me an email. I'd love to connect. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.